How do I get through this? Is this a gate? There's a volcano! There's my little car. Here are all the flowers. There's a little hot tub in here. And this is my room. Amidst all the greenery. It's a mess, so I'm not going to go inside. Look at those sand dunes. That's the walk from my room to the beach. I finally got the brain space after 2 solid nights sleep-ish. I still wake up at like 4 or 5 and then I'm awake for like 2 hours and then I fall back asleep again. I stayed in the cutest motel last night in Opanoni, which is within an area called Hokianga. There's all these bikers walking past just watching me talk to the camera. Yeah. This is something I still need to practice, talking to myself in front of people. Anyway, last night was my favourite night of the trip so far. I mean, it's only 3 days in, but it's going to be hard to beat. I was part of a very small group. I think there were 7 or 8 of us with our guide, who came here to Waipoua Forest. Waipoua is a now protected forest because it's home to some of the most important kauri trees in New Zealand. Kauri trees were basically almost wiped out by the European settlers who saw good trees and used them without realising the sort of cultural significance of them. Classic. So I went on a tour, loving trees. Our guide, Amelia, I think I'm saying that right. She said Amelia, but like social media, so Amelia, sang to the trees, sang to us, sang to our loved ones back home, to our ancestors, to any spirits that were with us. She asked for like a sign that we were welcome here, and these 2 little birds came down and landed on the tree and started singing.
These are the little signs that the elemental gods provide us. So they've welcomed you themselves now. So that's what that karakia is about, okay? Oh, wow. Do you want to do the talking? That there is called a...
They lost so much. They're running on 2% of what they originally had of this natural forest. 2%. Because of Western culture. You know, you learnt some hard facts last night. It was uncomfortable, but she said something beautiful, which is like sadness and anger. It like is not going to accomplish anything. That's just living in the past. So they're looking to the future. What can we do about it now? And she actually invited me to film. I asked for permission because it's incredibly sacred stuff, and she said she personally really wants to spread to share the stories, to share their culture, and to share their love for the land and the trees. So she said, please film and show people. So that's what I will do.
He kākanoa hau I ruia mai I rangiatea. I am a seed gifted from the heavens. Alright, we believe in our Māori worldview that the most important thing in our lives for us as people are our children. We like to consider our kākano being our children, grandchildren, babies to come. That they are the most important thing, and actually we are the trees. We're responsible for providing the nutrients, the environment for these kākano to grow. Māori were here by themselves. They had a natural conservation plan, and that plan was, well, it was a code or a protocol. For every tree you need and that you take, you needed to plant at least 5. We treat this forest like a cathedral, like it's your, like it's my grandmother's home, really. So I will be doing a incantation, a pou, a chant to let Te Matu Ngāhere know that I brought some friends down. But yeah, just keep your loved ones in your heart, alright? Ka pai? Te pai, te toko toko I whenuku, te toko toko I wherangi, toki atu kia, ko te mumu, ko te apa, ko te mumu, ko te apa, ko te manihi kai ota, no ronga mauri ora, ka ora e. Tēnei te mihi atu ki a koe te Matu Ngāhere. Ko koe te koraua o te Waipoua e. Karanga mai ki a mātaunga manuhiri. Ki te tūtaki a koe. E tūtonu, e tūtonu, e tūtonu koe. Well, here you go, everybody. This is our father of the forest, Te Matu Ngāhere. So Te Matu Ngāhere has been sitting silently watching the passing of time for over 3,500 years. Standing at 30 meters tall with a girth of, well, they say 10 on here, but it's 13 meters wide. It's important to remember Te Matu Ngāhere isn't a ruin, he's not a relic. He's not a pyramid, he's a living being. And although you can see at the top, he's lost his branch. Yeah. I mean, after 3,500 years, I'd be a little bored too, you know.
So Tāne Mahuta is the biggest kauri tree in the country that they are happy sharing with people. But he's not just a tree. Māoris believe that he is an elemental god. Of the forest, Lord of the forest. He is the son of Earth Mother and Sky Father, and basically when he broke apart, when he separated his parents, he created light and therefore created life. So it's a creation story basically, and just in there is a physical representation of Tāne Mahuta, and it was amazing. She greeted the tree, she greeted him. She asked his permission for us to come nearer. What was special was that we did the tour as it got dark. So by the time we reached Tāne Mahuta, we were in complete darkness, but there was a full moon, stunning, and we just had our torches. And then at one point we turned all the lights off, turned the torches off, and that's when Amelia told us the creation story.
Greetings to our ariki, our god of the forest, Tāne Mahuta. May you stand true, may you stand strong, and may you stand forever. Well, there you go, te whānau. No mai, hara mai, welcome to Tāne Mahuta, our god of the forest. Tāne stands at 51.5 metres tall. He has a girth of approximately 17 metres. And then, of course, he has 244 cubic meters of timber in his trunk. If we were to liken that to New Zealand building terms, that would be 30 3-bedroom homes. Tāne Mahuta, just like Te Matua Ngahere, has over 100 different species of plant life in his crown. And he has been watching the passing of time for 2,500 years. To this day, he still produces viable cones that feed back into our replanting and harvesting programs. And he's responsible for planting a lot of the kauri that we have on the outskirts of our Waipoua Forest.
It was one of the most special nights of my life. This area, it was such a horrible drive up here from Auckland to get to Paihia. Shouldn't have done it really. I was too jet lagged. I felt really unwell. I was kind of dreading getting through this first week. This has really made me so glad I made the effort to get up here. I want to come back to this place again. Where I was staying was this beautiful beach, and then 15-minute drive away you're up in this mountainous forest with these ancient beings, these ancient guardians of the land, and she was singing and there were prayers and it just felt so real. It wasn't like a touristy gimmick, it was genuine, powerful, respectful, educational. I could go on and on and on about it. It's incomprehensible what they've seen, and I don't think the videos are going to do them justice of just how big these trees are. I couldn't quite get my brain around it. Anyway, she invited me to come back today, to sing to the tree myself. There are lots of people here, so I still may not be doing that. So in daylight it's a lot easier to see what they're facing. They've had to close the forest, literally, like a tourist attraction, because people were coming in at night and my feet and sort of just trespassing. And then this thing started about 40 years ago called Kauri dieback, which is a fungus that kills kauri trees basically. It's quite a problem, so you saw me spraying my feet there, cleaning my shoes, and we have to stay on this designated track. So last time I was here, 12 hours ago, it was pitch black, but you can just see him appearing through the trees here. So his trunk, you can't even see the bottom of it. So what I learnt last night was that all of this kind of vegetation down the bottom here is when he sheds his bark, it's kind of the gunk that kind of builds new life. And I can't even get the sense of scale. It's insane. Right, I've come to another walkway which is a bit further back, but I think you get more of a sense of the scale if I stand on this bench. There's just like regular trees, that's a pretty big tree. And then, boom, big tree. I don't know what to sing. Oh no, there's people. Oh, come on, I'm determined to do this. Come on, right, sing. Sing, sing, sing. I don't know what to sing. There's just people. Anyway, I did it. I did do it. You're welcome. 2,500 years old. And again, like, we can't get a sense of how big and round that trunk is. He's amazing. I really don't want to leave Hokianga, but I have to. That was lovely. I sort of sang under my breath because there were people coming and going. I've decided, so they do private tours, so one day, if I'm ever slightly wealthier than I am now, I think I'm going to come back and do like a one-on-one thing, because I don't know, it's just a bit of me. I love it here. So now I've just got to face that drive back again, but I'm going to take my renewed energy from the trees, take only as much as I need and no more, because that was the problem, you know, people just got greedy and capitalized. Just take what you need. Right, bye Hokianga.
Continue on State Highway 1.